this is your weekly reading for the week of February 14th through the 20th. And since this is Valentine's Day week, we're going to have to, of course, focus on what is coming into your life in love. Let's see what we have for Aries. It's not going to resonate with every Aries sun, so you can of course check out your moon and your rising sign as well if this doesn't resonate with you at all. Okay, Aries, what energy is coming into your life this week? So we've got the King of Wands in the middle. This is fire energy. This could represent you, but I'm feeling like this is actually representing somebody else, and it's somebody that has you on their mind all the time, like a burning flame. This is somebody who is a kind of powerful sort of presence. You know, it's that person that when they come into the room, it's like the room lights up because they're there. This is the energy of this individual. But I do see a lot of struggle between the two of you in your connection, okay? So the struggle has to do with a lot of confusion. First of all, I see that with the Nine of Swords, a lot of stress and anxiety. But I'm feeling like your person is going to be desiring to clear up some of that confusion, to open up some channels of communication, to just bring about a general understanding between the two of you. This has been a long time struggle for you, honestly, Aries, dealing with this kind of situation with them. I see the struggle. I see you working towards it. I also feel like you are getting the brunt of the responsibility or the burden or the emotions. You know, I feel like you're the one who's really been pushing and working emotionally, who's been working for this relationship and who's been dealing with it more, okay? But then I'm seeing the Seven of Wands here at the end next to the Ace of Swords. You know, they want to bring some truth in, and I feel like you're kind of standing your ground. You know, I don't think that you're just going to easily accept what they're saying. So let's kind of look at that more and see what energy we get for that. Okay, so Aries, this is an energy of giving. You've been the giver here. And I think that you have been trying to figure out a way to push past whatever this obstacle is in your way. You've been looking at it as a long-term thing, not just like by the moment, but you've been planning. You've been really thinking about this in practical terms and trying to learn and figure out, what do I do about this person? The trouble with and the struggle with, I think, and you know this already, with what they're wanting to bring with clarity is that you still feel like they're holding something out on you. You still get this feeling that they're guarded and not completely letting that down. And that's where you have a problem. It's like if you really felt like what they were bringing to you was completely sincere and completely open, and you just trusted that and you could see their soul, so to speak, you would feel a little bit differently about it. But you're not going to make it easy for them, not because you want to make things hard, but because you really want the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? So I see the Three of Cups here at the end. You're not letting them, you're not dismissing them from your life entirely, okay? You're not saying, get lost, I don't ever want to speak to you again. I think that you do hold a hope that you guys can be on good terms. It's not there's not an animosity that I feel from you. I just feel like you need things to be a particular way and you need to feel honesty from them. So you're gonna push for that. You're not gonna let it just ride, you know, you're going to stand up for yourself there. Let's see what else we have for you, Aries. Wheel of Fortune, Six of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. You're being asked to make a choice, okay? You're going to be asked to make a choice. I know that this individual has a lot of history with you, a lot of memories with you. The connection is very faded and karmic, and you really want to see this turn around for the better. It's like you've given them chance after chance after chance, and yet you're still kind of waiting to see what they're going to do. You're still waiting for them to do the right thing, to really like come clean. And you do feel like your hands are tied until they are completely open with you, because you don't want to let this person go. You don't want them out of your life. You don't want to remove intimacy entirely from them, or the possibility of intimacy from them. But you have to make a choice, okay? And that choice could be difficult for you. And that choice is in going to entail what can you really move past from, Aries? Is what they did something that you can, or how they've acted towards you, how they've treated you? Is it something that you can let go of? Are you going to trust what they say? Can you trust what they say? You're needing a full disclosure. Okay, so Aries, look, we have the Judgment card here with the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Six of Wands clarifying the Six of Cups. I actually think this is a good sign for you, especially since Justice is in the mix as well. Look at this. I have a Two of a Kind here. This is a domestic kind of thing. The Pentacles, the earth element, bringing that into there. That's talking about your home. That's talking about like building something, practical things. So I think that you're trying to make a practical choice, but this is showing me that, you know, Two of a Kind, you two do have a resonating character about each other. You know, you get each other. There's some call to this relationship it has a purpose, okay? And I feel like you're going to be seeing that purpose and that call and that, you know, what that's meant to be in your life more. I do think that you're going to get what you want here. I do feel like there's going to be a victory, and it's going to be a victory in overcoming what has happened before. I'm feeling a lot of emotions coming from you with the Queen of Cups here, clarifying this Neptunian energy of the Hanged Man, where it may be that it's hard for you to get a grip, or to like really get a grip on your emotions, to really see things clearly, because I think there's a lot of confusion around this. I think that your person hasn't been very transparent with you, and that makes you feel on uneven ground. It makes you feel confused. But I do think that there's going to be a balancing that happens here. And I think the balancing is going to come through this individual trying to make good on what they've promised you in the past, what they've said to you in the past. When you're not budging, you know, when you're doing that whole Aries, like I am going to stay here in what I want, and I'm not going to compromise for somebody who's not, you know, giving me everything. That is actually a good thing, because what's going to happen here is they're going to realize they cannot weasel their way around it. They can't talk their way around it. They're going to have to really show you true honesty and true transparency. And I'm seeing that here with the Justice card. So you are going to get that from them. When they approach you, when you have this really big conversation or a series of conversations, I think you need to reiterate that that's what you want. You want the truth. And you're not going to get mad. That's the big thing. I'm not going to get mad. I want the truth, because I think that this person can get a little afraid that they're going to get themselves into hot water, and that doesn't facilitate an open conversation. So Aries, they need to know that you're going to kind of stand down. And if you do that, I believe you're going to get some victory. You're going to get the truth out of them. You are going to get the full story. Okay, let's see. One more pull, what we have for you. There's justice again. It's called balance in this deck, but there's that Libran energy of justice. Okay. Aries, this progression here is very, very nice. So the Five of Swords is a card about defeat. It's when neither person has won anything. It might seem like somebody's won and, I'm the winner and I'm the loser, you're the loser, and there's a battle, so to speak, between the two. It seemed like that in the past, but, nobody really won because winning is getting the connection. That's what you really want. But having the Page of Cups next to this is saying, look, you're going to be able to, both of you, open up in a very pure way towards one another in love, because what they are going to bring is very pure, is very honest, is full of, their heart and their emotions, and they're giving those to you without all of the stuff that you've had to deal with. There's not a lot of there's no manipulation here, okay? You felt like they've held back from you in the past. I think they are going to be completely honest, and they're doing that because they love you. See, the Page of Cups is mirroring justice, or it's called balance in this deck. It's talking about complete honesty in love, and they are telling you how they feel about you and what experiences that they've had and their actions, and just really opening their soul up to you. So I think that you can trust that moving forward, Aries. I have the Magician here next to the Justice Balance card, and I like this too because the Magician to me is a lot about communication. It's a lot about making manifest in your world based on what you're speaking, speaking your world into existence. And I'm feeling like it's saying the speech, the things that are said are honest and truthful and trustworthy, and you're going to be able to move past the defeat because of this conversation or series of conversations, this heart-to-heart connection that the two of you have. So Aries, you've moved really far from the anger. I think you're putting a lot of that aside. You're realizing that anger is always a secondary emotion. It's something that covers up usually hurt or neglect or, feelings of abandonment, but they're always painful feelings. It's a protective mechanism. And Aries, I do feel like you have evolved enough to understand that that's where that came from. And that's allowing you to have a really good connection and have a really good conversation after this. Okay. I'm feeling that you were on the brink, I think, of turning away from this and saying, no more. I'm not tolerating it. I'm walking away from it. It's not good for me. But I see you looking back over your shoulder going, wait a minute, not so fast. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe there's more here. Okay, I have the Five of Swords. It's coming up again there. We have the Magician. It's showing up twice as well. We have the Emperor, your energy, and we have the Star, Aquarius energy. Okay. I believe that this is telling me that, love wins. Okay, love defeats all of the anger and the animosity. And when you can really fully step into forgiveness and conversation and openness, it does not always mean that you're going to allow somebody to behave the way that they did or treat you the way that they did in the past. It doesn't mean that you're going to let them do that in the future. But it means that you're not going to swallow the poison and hope for somebody else to die. That makes no sense. That's what the anger and the resentment and the bad feelings have been about. And I think that you're letting your heart really, really rule this, really fly here. We see the Emperor energy. It's showing that you feel more in control after this. You feel after they have divulged this to you, they've tried to make it right, they've tried to make amends, possibly apologizing for something. It makes you feel like, okay, we can build on this. I can work with this. I couldn't work with it when I didn't trust everything you were saying, but I can work with this energy. We are seeing you being in a much more stable position, and that has to do with this Mercurian energy of the Magician manifestation. I do think that your manifesting has been on point. You've realized that you cannot manifest a person. You can only manifest energy, and you can manifest the good things coming into your life. What I mean by that is you can't control a person, but you can control your energy and the energy that surrounds you. And I see that you are doing that, creating a better vibe really in your life. And then I love this at the end. This is talking about it's bringing healing. These conversations, this openness, it's all bringing healing and a hope for something better in the future. So I see that ending your reading on this really beautiful, hopeful picture of the star. Let's go ahead and pull an oracle card before we close out your reading. Look at the bigger picture. That's your card. I think this is really fitting for all of this. You have to look at the whole of the relationship. You have to look at the whole of the connection, and you're seeing the bigger picture. You're seeing that bird's eye view, and that's really enabling you to have your healing and your hope in the future. So Aries, thank you for watching your weekly reading. I appreciate you being here. If you want to hit the subscribe button and watch me every week, I would be honored to do that. I will see you again next week.